Do not listen to this recording whilst driving or whilst operating machinery. Only listen when you can safely relax and bring your full awareness to your own complete comfort. Hi, this is Michael Seeley, welcoming and inviting you to take your enjoyable time out with this guided hypnosis experience, which I have personally written and recorded for you so that you may better calm yourself down and relax. I hope you find this transformative session to be especially useful to you for winding down in your day's twilight moments and for calming any unwanted busyness of an overactive mind, or a mind which may find it difficult to switch off entirely when it is time to rest and let go of thinking. So make sure you are first in a place and position where you won't be disturbed, and give yourself all conscious permissions to deeply and completely benefit in your own way, just as soon as we now begin. Now, very likely, as you have been listening to these introductory words, you may have already felt an urge to close down the eyes in that familiar resting way. After all, that's what we do when we do lie down our heads on our pillows and signal to ourselves that it's now entirely okay to take those first few delightful steps to move gently deeper down into the waiting promises of that inner peacefulness within. But if you haven't yet done so, then just go ahead and close down those eyes now. And with the eyes closed down, and you are comfortably listening along to the sound of my voice, it may be helpful to you to remember, as my voice goes deeper with you, that if something or anything should happen during this restful experience, anything that requires your immediate outside attention, then no matter how deeply you do relax, if your external situation requires it, you will always be able to quickly and easily open those eyes and return again to your fully alert state, attending to whatever may be needed. But for these moments now, I'd like you to just let go, as best you can, of the distractions of your outside world, and begin to enjoy these senses of your own developing internal world. And you can encourage yourself to relax a little more into a restful comfort by saying to yourself this mantra quietly within your own thoughts. I am now choosing to enter into a state of healthy, pleasant, and deep relaxation. And even in relaxing, I know I always remain within all choices of my own control. Or another way of strengthening this decompressing response is to say, I am here learning how to let go, to exactly the level of calmness and relaxation that I now choose. Now, in this way, you may be finding yourself relaxing a little more, already just by telling yourself and acknowledging those words. And you may begin to discover as you do move a little further into your peaceful awareness, that it's often much easier to notice those other non-visual senses within us. Those other senses beginning to heighten or expand, or become a little more in tune in some interesting and developing ways when the eyes do remain closed. For example, you may soon become aware of some different sounds that you may be hearing around you. Or you may notice the smell of the air through the nose. Or a certain taste may be sensed there upon the resting surface of the tongue. Or it may be the touch and sensations of the surfaces underneath you, which brings your awareness to those points of contact where your head or your back or your legs meet and touch and connect with the comfortable sheets or the mattress below. And for a few moments here, I want you to just let yourself check in with your physical senses, without any judgment or any need to analyze or any need to do anything at all, except just taking a calm note of whatever sensations may be experienced in this present. And allow any subtle changes to also occur, noticing that as the body does rest and relax, sensations come and go, and continue to change and develop, becoming different from moment to moment, and second to second. And after a short while of this awareness, very likely your mind may also begin to drift, or it may wander about in some ways. Because you know it really is the nature of our minds to so often search out for a new focus, or to bring up random thoughts, or those spontaneous ideas. Or perhaps seeking out certain words or phrases, almost as if there were a type of dialogue inside of yourself, where one part of you is wanting to speak and another part of you is wanting to listen. Speaking and listening within yourself in this way. We may find there are certain images there, pictures or glimpses of flashing details, which the thinking mind may wish to replay or recall, just like scenes from your own personal films. Or photographs or snapshots from your past, or from your most immediate and recent day. And even before you move too far down and ahead, I'd like you to just allow this familiar process of the thinking mind wandering about to very deliberately and consciously now occur. So if you find the thinking mind wants to jump up and down in some energetic way, or it wants to compete for your better attentions, from the words you are hearing and I am saying to you, then part of you can just let that happen for this little while. Or if the mind wants to steer that awareness towards some particular meaning, or some particular picture, or some language of ideas, then go ahead now and give it every permission to go there, for the mind to just move wherever and however it will. And I know this may seem to you a little contradictory to make this kind of choice here at first, but just remember it's very important to let the thinking mind know that yes, it does have an important purpose to you. And yes, the thinking self can be acknowledged and it can be heard. And the deeper you do go, the more your observational, watching self now really can begin to step back a little and to realize that it also has a powerful choice. A choice which is to pay attention to each passing thought, or a choice to move in that awareness and to flow somewhere else entirely, which is a little more distant away from those thoughts. And after a few more moments of allowing the thinking self to be entirely at play, then I'd like you to allow your focus to gently change a little more, just by consciously directing it gently and slowly towards your own breathing. So go ahead now and take in a few deeper breaths, 3 or 4 more deliberate inhalations, now by breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And notice the rise and fall of your chest and your stomach, and notice how the body naturally relaxes again, a little deeper each time with each new out-breath. And now allow the breath to return to its natural flow, just releasing your breathing back to its easier, normal cycle. And notice too that your breath has its flow, just as your thoughts have their flow. And you become more and more observant over this time of the natural cycles of each thought. Noting how each thought can arrive, and then each thought can go. Discovering that there is always a kind of beginning, a middle, and an end to each passing thought. And these can be more clearly observed if you just make a little more room to do so. Now, even in this very simple way, you may already be finding that some of the more compulsive urgencies that so often come with the habits of excessive or chronic thinking are already beginning to dissipate. And the impulses carried with each passing thought may also be losing some of their strength or potency. Because the more that this observational part of you can regard thoughts to be just like passing comets, or meteors flashing and disappearing through the clearer skies, the more you can begin to relax into those broadening spaces and move a little more to wherever those disappearing thoughts eventually fade away when they do trail off and disappear. So it's entirely possible you may choose to stop this recording here if this already suits your needs, because you may already feel this is enough to allow you to let go of all thinking as you do move into your best and refreshing sleep. But if you have a feeling that you would like to go a little deeper down into an even deeper comfort and calm relaxation, then in just a few moments I'm going to ask you to do something a little less usual. Because I'm soon going to invite you to move in a slightly different way. Just moving away from this meditative or mindful type of space, by beginning to orient yourself more and more towards a deeper hypnotic style of space. So if this now appeals, and you are still listening along, then in just a few short moments I'm going to ask you to very soon open your eyes once again. And I think you'll enjoy this powerful result that can come by learning how to develop and deepen your calm even more as you learn some of these powerful techniques of self-hypnosis. So go ahead now and open your eyes once more, as I say to you the words eyes open. And notice as your eyes do open, perhaps completely or perhaps only to halfway, how those eyes there may already be searching for something new to focus or look upon. So give your eyes now a focus for them to view by selecting a random spot somewhere in front of you, or just choosing a small detail of any interest up there on the wall. Or find a random little spot somewhere up on the ceiling. You can notice the size and the colorings of that certain spot there. That's all you have to do for these few seconds of holding the eyes open, until the eyelids are now blinking more and more, and with each blink they are growing heavier and heavier, so much heavier over time that it really is a struggle to keep them open now, and the lids themselves are so droopy and drowsy. It's as if a powerful magnet is drawing them together, and that powerful force is becoming impossible to resist. So stop trying now to look out at all, and stop trying completely. And feel the eyes relax as they do come down again, allowing them to close now with a reassuring and solid shut. And the important part here to remember is to immediately give yourself this simultaneous suggestion. As my eyes close down, I go deeper and deeper. As my eyes close down, I go deeper and deeper. Now you can remember to use this hypnotic command for yourself to very quickly relax you at your bedtime in this way. And right away now you can also strengthen and expand your relaxation by using your creative mind's eyes now. So just imagine, picture and feel a special kind of wave-like energy, something wonderful like the smooth flow of treacle or honey, or a magic elixir of sorts, something which slowly sends a healing balm like the essence of pure tranquility down now from behind those closed eyes. As you feel that elixir passing through all of your body's dimensions, soothing you like a gel from the inside to out. And your wave of calm may flow in your favorite color, or it may descend with soft and gentle vibrations, or it may take you deeper and deeper with gentle tingles now of coolness or warmth, or it may soften you with an accompanying sound or a tranquil song. Whatever it is you imagine, it's all to your benefit to trance yourself in this calming way. So just take this time to enjoy this sense of serenity unfolding and cascading now inside of you, like the lap of a silvery moonlit tide, calmly washing its pure foaming waves over to smooth the softening sand below. As you experience your facial features relaxing, tensions ease away from the forehead and the scalp. Your cheeks and your jaw muscles loosen down along your neck. All stiffness there is receding. And all tensions or burdens held across your shoulders are lifting and dissolving. All tightness is loosened away from the chest, and the chest muscles expand to open with an ease into your diaphragm. And down along your arms, it is feeling better and better to loosen and let go. Feeling the elbows loosen, your wrists and your hands and your fingers stretching out to find their full and natural length. And down the length of your spine, the wave is passing. Each part of your back and every vertebrae is finding its natural release. And it's almost as if these sensations are so familiar to you, just like putting on a cozy and familiar, much-loved jacket or coat. You are wrapping relaxation around you entirely. As the stomach releases all tensions held there, dispersing all upsets to settle your digestion. As the serene wave melts into the hips, uncoiling all tensions from you and from the very center of your body now. Reducing and melting away so many old stresses. As the thigh muscles lengthen, the knees unlock, and the calves are loosening. And the fronts of your lower legs are finding so much more comfort as the ankles give up all previous tensions. And the more you relax now, the better you feel. Because the better you feel, the deeper you continue to go. Allowing soothing waves into the balls and the soles of the feet, all of the way to the very tips and ends of your toes. It's as if your entire body now is massaged by expert hands. Hands which melt away every last ounce of physical tension or tightness that might remain. Now, because you are so deeply relaxed, and you are breathing so freely and deeply, it's fine for the conscious mind to wander off however it will, or for your thoughts to move away and back again, remembering to touch in every now and then as you understand the meanings that come with each of my following words. Because really, it's your unconscious mind that is much more interested to here be listening and better aligning, to orient you so much further down towards those important goals of your original purpose. And it's your unconscious self that knows most of all how to positively and powerfully change what has bothered you until now. What has been bothering you way back there when you first began and decided to make these changes just by listening to these words? How best to resolve everything that has preoccupied your thinking mind in those ways? Up until discovering these moments of improving clarity and improving sense of clearing your thoughts, because here it is that you are now learning how to adjust in your very own thinking patterns. And how to best continue in clearing your mind in your positive days and nights ahead by permanently improving your own habits of a clearer mind. To adjust all of the deeper settings and deepest programming dials down at that deepest core level. And I want you now, in your unconscious imagination, to continue to expand and explore, to freely connect upon and associate to these ideas. As you build deeply towards wherever you truly connect inside of yourself the most, to arrive at the place of your creative and best new solutions. And to go there now, where your own wisest knowledge speaks to you, talking back to you with such powerful words. So go there now by moving in this way, just like descending down a long, circular set of stairs, where you can see and sense a vast and ancient library awaiting you below. Or you may choose to move through a beautiful, shining portal, stepping through doorways of light. But always you are going down and down now, as you step and move into the very basement of your total and absolute calm. Until finally after some time you do arrive at your lowest floor, the lowest floor of your relaxation. As you decide to open those large and sturdy doors awaiting you, and you discover yourself now stepping and choosing to move into your truest and most authentic place of power, where you are ready to receive all of your own most powerful insights. Now as you arrive and feel yourself touching in, you feel the absolute vastness and the infinite potential of your currents of deep learning. And you see yourself here, perhaps even dressed in a special way, perhaps dressed in beautiful or ornate ancient robes. Or in a way that you choose. As you easily walk and drift and float and directly take the form of your wisest, highest being. So step in now to that shape. Made apparent from your core self, this shape of your higher self. Because in this form you are now ready and open to receive these important new messages, which can all be now deeply understood and deeply absorbed and acted upon exactly when you choose. So as you take this time to look about you, you find yourself in your own infinite halls of power. And you realize before you, hanging on one of these walls, there is an equally powerful, pure crystal mirror. And so you move over to see there a stunning reflection, which shines back to you so many images of your own very best, ideal, and clear self. And upon closer inspection, you now allow yourself to look into all of those hidden aspects and those hidden parts of yourself that were previously resistant to change. And you are beginning to understand now so much more with a more comfortable, clearer view. And even if you choose, you know you may reach out to place your hands into that silvery surface to directly and permanently change whatever you wish to change within you by your own hands and your own power. And so begin to do that now. Reaching out and changing as you continue to gaze calmly and clearly upon your own habits of the mind. You reach out and into that mirrored surface, which becomes like an accepting fluid or a liquid, which can also powerfully shape and bring you new solutions. New solutions for every positive change to your habits of thinking that you are now deciding to make. Now it's almost a special kind of profound revelation to realize with new eyes how your own mind can hold its pockets of tightness or constrictions or tensions. Just like the muscles and tendons and nerves of the physical self, there are frustrations and obstacles and worries and concerns that can be held in the mind, which often become stuck there into patterns that repeat themselves with leftover energies. And some of those unwanted thoughts become etched into a kind of loop, stuck like a needle on an old-time record player, playing the same snippets of songs over and over and over again. And even though that tune has been heard far too many times, it sometimes takes a simple hand to reach in and reposition that record player's needle to continue onto the rest of the path. Because just as a wise teacher once taught, the more we try to hold on to this thought or that, or we try to cling on to this idea or that, the more the mind tries so hard to plan every detail, or to go over and over for the 100th or 200th time, the more we try to recall certain events from the previous or past day, or even days before, the more the mind overworks in this way, the more tired and the more tiring it becomes to the rest of our being. Just like a muscle working too hard to hold on to a great weight. After too long, the muscle simply needs to loosen and relax its grip, to release and settle back again into a time better spent in absolute recovery and clearing to a more restful blank slate. And you know, there is so much more pleasure to be gained with that relief. By remembering we are so much more than not only our muscles and nerves, but by knowing you are so much more than even your thoughts. Knowing at the end of each day, it really does feel much, much healthier to unwind in the mind. to unwind into an easier, natural night's sleep. Simply by releasing those weights and letting go of that grasping. Just as your head feels that comfortable pillow beneath, you know the mind does learn its cue, and it does know how to relax, how to clear, how to rest. Just as you are remembering now that when you wake again tomorrow, all of those thoughts, if you choose them, will still be there. Ready and waiting to join you again with such a renewed positivity, because it's almost becoming impossible not to smile at that realization. Which feels so incredibly good. To know that you know now how to clear your mind. And you might already know how your clearest mind came, especially by listening in to a more quiet inner voice inside of you. Or you may know how you permanently turned down that old style of the mind's too much chatter to more comfortable levels, reducing that volume to where it no longer concerns. Or maybe with those thought volumes reduced, you now see how you learned your deepest lessons by reaching out in a new way to trust in your rich treasure troves inside. By unlocking those chests and connecting to those richer parts of you that really do reassure you with so much calm confidence and strength of clarity. As you look back upon yourself, you let yourself know that yes, you really do deserve to be calm in this moment. And yes, you really can be so self-assured without constantly holding on to this thought or that. Because it feels so much better inside of yourself to know you made all of your own decisions to finally let go completely. As you relaxed into a clearer-minded and best sleep, just like right now. And maybe your sleepiest self is now hearing these other messages. And seeing so many other peaceful, sublime, tranquil images. With their own types of soothing feelings and relaxing sounds, which really do make you feel entirely rested and refreshed so deeply within. Because your sleeping mind now understands that all of those problems that were once carried for far too long can also be put down now and forever released for this more comfortable while. To take such a load off forever from your sleeping mind, well, that's a powerful choice to see now reflected in that special crystal mirror. And I don't think my voice needs to remind you for much longer of that simple bedtime fairy tale, where the wisest prince and the wisest princess succeeded in their clear-mindedness simply by deciding not to try anymore. Just like all of those times when you really didn't have to try so hard, did you? To rest and recover and relax into a clearer night's sleep. Because there was no real effort required to so easily let go of the day, to rejoice in exploring so many positive and pleasing dreams. Floating away with such bliss, to always be calming over those clearer shores. Freely expand and explore what it can mean to take flight into the sublimity of the beyond. And very soon you realize, when you go about your following days, that tomorrow and the days after, you are seeing and knowing yourself as someone who is no longer weighed down by so much thought. Or by those past styles of too much thinking. Because you are seeing and feeling and knowing yourself to be so much clearer in your mind. And this feels so good, to integrate and accept all of these meanings. Truly live and rest and sleep now completely in this deeply relaxing way. So as you do take your flights of fancy, dreaming ahead with such grace and ease, you may find yourself moving up and away into the clearest night skies, or even further up, higher and higher, to ascend into the atmospheres above you, where even the shining stars now welcome you into all spaciousness beyond. Embracing your sleeping form now as you journey with your sleeping self. Into your ideal night's sleep. Replenishing and resting and rejuvenating. You sleep now with such calmness and such happiness. That you may even begin to glow on the inside with a newly found, innate, pure, clear and calm joy. And now you are drifting away entirely. Into your very best sleep. And so I wish you good night.